Into today's top stories, and severe tropical cyclone Ilsa is expected to cross Western Australia's north coast later tonight as a Category 5 storm. That will make it the strongest cyclone to hit WA in 14 years. A red alert has been issued. Warnings are also in place along more than 700 kilometres of coastline. Wind gusts of 285 kilometres per hour are expected when it does make landfall.
So we know that this system is really packing a punch. So communities in those coastal areas hopefully are already hunkered down, ready to ride this one out.
Joining us now from Port Hedland, 10 News First reporter Anne-Marie Leonard. Anne-Marie, what's the latest there?
Well, this cyclone is really starting to intensify here. It is now a Category 5 and is about to cross the Pilbara coastline in just the next couple of hours. We are now on that red alert, which means nobody is allowed outside and everyone needs to shelter, and be aware that this storm is going to be extremely dangerous when it hits.
Just how bad do authorities think this is going to get?
Well, this is a Category 5 cyclone, so this is as bad as it can get right now. We're going to see wind gusts of up to 285 kilometres. That's going to be in the core of the cyclone. So when that hits, it could take out absolutely anything in its path. Now, where we are in Port Hedland, a lot of the buildings here are cyclone-proof, but anything that could fly around will be taken with it. So it could be extremely dangerous. It is tracking to head towards a roadhouse just north of here, and if it goes through there, it could be deadly.
Anne-Marie, sounds like we better let you get inside. Thanks so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And Prince Harry will attend his father King Charles's coronation in London next month. He's finally RSVP'd, but he will be flying solo. Meghan and the kids will stay at home in California. According to some reports, there was a little bit of FOMO in his decision to attend. Given he's no longer a working royal, though, he is not expected to make an appearance on the palace balcony after the event. Guys, this is my Super Bowl, and I like the Super Bowl.
Really?
I'm so glad to hear you say that.
I'm excited.
Because I've been doing research into the coronation, and I feel that the most important thing to remember is that it's a good opportunity for a nice feed. And apparently at the Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, they had this dish they invented. And they were trying to maintain an era of austerity at the time. It's called Coronation chicken.
That's not true.
So I'm intending on making...
a packet, right?
Well, it is. You would think it would be super fancy, right? But it's basically just a cooked chook with mayo that's got a bit of spice thrown in. It's a sandwich filling is what Coronation chicken is. So I'm going to whip that up from a family.
So you're going to have a viewing party, though?
I think so, just so I can do a little bit of cookery.
Didn't you just describe KFC?
Well, they are English. Their food is shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? You can't expect too much from them.
No, I wasn't, but I wasn't... Anyway.
Hey, 7 herbs and spices, secret ones.
I know,
crazy.
Isn't it 11?
11 secret herbs and spices. Fact check,
my God.
fact check.
Look in some of your notes there, Tony. There'll be more spices.
Which one was it? The local council in Victoria has come up with a radical way to fight climate change. It wants to slash speed limits in the communities of Queenscliff and Point Lonsdale to just 30 kilometres an hour. The council hopes it will reduce the use of vehicles and encourage more walking, riding and wheeling. Locals say the plan is madness, like an April Fool's joke.
It does sound that way. I have another solution. What? They could increase the speed limit to 200 kilometres and that will reduce the amount of people on the road because they'll be hit and they'll die, which will reduce emissions, therefore solving climate change.
Sam, I don't think you're going to be made mayor of anything.
No, please don't say that.
No, but you'll solve climate change.
But I solve climate change.
I just have so many questions about this. I mean, does it apply only to cars? Does it apply to my electric bicycle, scooter, mobility device?
That's
I mean,
a great
is it 30 click across the board? And
No, if you can run more than 30 Ks, you have to slow down.
You'll get a ticket. Imagine that. The police chasing after you at full sprint.
Usain Bolt can't go there.
The key thing is, though, it's mainly locals that are there. So, yes, there's some busy holiday periods, right? But this is really going to impact people that live there every single day. And it's just so annoying. I understand that the whole aim is to get cars off the road, but there's not really that many cars anyway.
And is there a public transport system? I mean, are there buses, trams and
other alternatives? I don't think so.
Or is it?
No, but I think it's the idea is to make you walk.
Right.
Yeah.
So they make driving as annoying as possible, so you would rather walk.
If you drive in inner city Sydney, though, you're not getting over 30 k's an hour. So it's like actually not that different.
So they should just do that in inner city Sydney and say it's for the environment.
Exactly. And then everyone pats everyone in Sydney in the back and it returns to its place as the best city in the country.
And you say, that's not going to solve it. If you want to solve it, you've got to kill people.
And then I become mayor of Sydney.
Wow, what a plan.
Yeah, how about that?
We've got the link. Treasurer Jim Chalmers is in Washington, D.C. for 2 days of high-level talks about the state of the world's economy. As he arrived, fresh data revealed Australia's unemployment rate remains steady at 3.5%. Chalmers says while that works in our favour, we won't escape unscathed from the impacts of a global downturn.
I am confident and optimistic about the future, but we've got some choppy waters to navigate in the interim.
New York City has appointed its very first rat czar. Former primary school teacher Kathleen Karate will be in charge of combating the Big Apple's rodent problem. Her first job to reduce the rat population's access to food, water and shelter in hotspot areas. That is so gross. And it seems she was made for the job, which pays $230,000 a year.
You see, I have a long history with rats.
Oh.
My introduction to public service came when I was 10 years old, getting signatures on petitions for anti-rat measures in my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've never met anyone with that much passion for rats.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
To see how this plays out, because if they're using the sort of peak science to tackle the rats, that's somewhat familiar territory for us in Australia. I just don't think it's worked out so well. Like, we had those beetles, we brought in the toads. I don't know, maybe toads would do something to address New York's rat problem.
We need a
bring
big
the toads.
cat.
A
That's
big
what
cat.
we need. A big cat that comes in and gets all the rats.
They need them in Sydney. Sydney, they're everywhere. In Hyde Park.
There's
I mean,
a
that's
few
where I was
rats.
saying.
Are you
Hyde
saying we
Park.
need a Sydney rat czar?
Yes.
Would you be up for... Because I know your life's ambition is to be the mayor of something.
That is so
ambitions.
true. Yeah,
And
I'd love
I
to
just
be.
wonder if this would be a stepping stone for you.
No, I could sort the rat
You would-
problem out.
Yeah, if you became the rat czar, next step mayor.
Yeah, okay.
It's a
well,
good
if you've got a
campaign.
rat, get in touch with me. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to sort it out.
Cat suit, you know, I could see that.
The suit.
You in a cat suit as the...
Also, wait, I have to dress up as a cat.
It makes
This
sense.
is a
I think we've
crazy-
established that's the only solution. To
So
that.
I have to get on all fours in a cat suit and start chasing
it's
the
that or a
rats.
cane toad, buddy. You choose.
Okay, well, look, the things I do for power.